Greetings, this is Monster Master Arthur. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of All About the Manticore. And if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to click somewhere on the screen or a link down below in the descriptions to see part 1. Now brace yourself as we dig deeper here at World of Monsters into the details of this great monstrosity known as the Manticore. And be sure to let me know what you think of these episodes down below. And if you do enjoy it, truly, do leave a like. Alright, so the Manticore's strength, acute senses, power, speed. It was said to make tremendous leaps. Flight? Possibly stealth, having those retractable yet dangerous claws. Wisdom, creating things like riddles to toy with you before your doom. Of course, a very, very powerful poison. Countless sharp teeth. The ability to fire its poisonous spines. Also, if you're going with the lion concept, keep in mind and make note of the fur-lined neck, the fur-armored neck. Its large size and fast reflexes, having the ability of multi-directional attacks. It was also said to await larger groups of people to devour. Rather than taking on 2 or 1 male, it would take on several rather than a few. Weaknesses. Apparently in some cases not being able to speak, but rather made musical noises. What else? Ah yes, being mortal. So there's not many weaknesses to the Manticore, so let's jump into the life. First, the lair, depending on the concept. If you're going more with the tiger approach, then it would be jungle and forest. If you're going with the lion approach, then it would be savannas and more semi-desert type landscapes. Now, if you're going with the snow leopard, that's the great thing about concepting. Society. Well, again, if you're going with the lion ideology, it would be living in savannas in small groups called prides, with 1 dominating male and several females. Or you can go lone as a tiger, only once in a while meeting another of its species. How many young? Well, going with that train of thought, it would probably be around 1 to 3 cubs, if we would call them cubs. Or how about a more mystical concept of this creature being more asexual? Or maybe even the idea of there only being 1 in the world, or 1 in certain areas of the world, and being very territorial, and being beyond family groups and society status and things like that. Food? Well, it was said to have a special appetite for human flesh, which it would devour, leaving nothing behind. No bones, no clothing, nothing. I would say that looking at the teeth being mostly just pointed, sharp teeth, it would have to be carnivorous, feeding on creatures smaller, the same, and larger than it. Also, since Ctesias described the teeth as being comb-like, that's really thin. Usually creatures that have tiny, thin, not tiny, but thin, sharp teeth like that, they're usually created to catch fish, since fish are hard and slimy, smooth-bodied. So a creature requires those kind of teeth to quickly grip and devour such creatures. So it might also have a ferocious appetite for fish. Omnivorous? It depends. We'd have to see its teeth and if it has any molars. As we've all seen, even cats and dogs sometimes nibble on different grasses and plants. Using tools or weapons? Well, if your concept does indeed have those human or monkey type of hands, then sure, indeed your Manticore could use some kind of tools or weapons. Can it use magic? Or is the Manticore innately a magical creature? Would that explain the omen and its symbolism of bad luck? Maybe its strange voice is greatly magical and can create buffs and other sorts of spells. Allies and enemies. I would say beastly survival of the fittest, meaning it's carnivorous and aggressive with competitive predators such as dragons, chimeras, and other such beasties. Or wiser and hence spends time alone and in deeply remote locations. Or contrastingly, totally evil and ferocious to anything it encounters. Now let's jump into the power level. 1 being a scorpion. 5 being a large wyvern. A 10 being something beyond ages and space. I would say the Manticore deserves a 5, being able to give a couple of beefy ogres a nice run for their gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and let's jump into the Manticore's similar beasts. What similar beasts can we find out there? Well, let me tell you, there are a lot. So I'm going to mostly stay with the concepts that are more mammalian, along with more beastly hybrid lines. So mostly mammalian hybrid beasts. Okay, I'm gonna go through these fast, so hold on to your saddles. The Lampago, Satiro, Sphinx, Manticore, Elfin, Burak, Chimera, Enfield, Pegasus, Griffin, Hippogriff, Hippocampus, Owlbear, Shidu, Periton, Seacat, Pathfinder, Cerberus, Lamasu, Lamia, Winged Lion, Winged Unicorn, Winged Cats, Allocamelus, Cadoplapas, Gajasimha, Hyracossphinx, Hippolectrion, Merlion, Ophiotaurus, Sea Lion, Shug Monkey. That sounds a little dirty if you ask me. Spider, Amit, Jackalope, Simurg, Monoceros, Nue, Questing Beast, Yali, Yepatril, Baku, Cali Greyhound. What the hell, that sounds like a tourist company in California. Wilpertinger. Did I just really say that? A Wilpertinger. Quillin. And the Scorpicore. That is a concept of the world of heroes of might and magic. And I rather enjoy that concepting because they set the Manticore as the version having a lion's body, the human head, and the tail of a scorpion, while the Scorpicore being similar but having those extra wings. So I rather enjoy imagining the Manticore being the wingless version and the Scorpicore being the winged Manticore. The Manticore has been featured and appeared in many lores and books and games and just all over the place. So let's take a look into some pop culture sources representing the Manticore. First, we have an appearance of the Manticore in an episode of Merlin. Then there is a more modern era movie with the Manticore titled Manticore, 2005. It also appears in one of the Percy Jackson movies, Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, 2013. It also appears in some animated features, such as Scooby-Doo and My Little Pony. Guys, I know practically nothing about My Little Pony, but I'll tell you one thing, they do feature some pretty awesome creatures in there. Such as in the past when I was researching the Aeozotl, an ancient South American beastie. There was no note of it in any pop culture, but there was in a single episode of My Little Pony. So what can I say? Shout out to My Little Pony for that. Definitely never envisioned myself saying that. Especially not at this monstrously honorable space. You know what, guys? Here we are once again. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Manticore. Please let me know down below what you thought of this, if you have anything to add, and what monster would you like to see next on World of Monsters. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Now's the time to do it. Leave a like, and again, let us know what you think and what else you would like to see at World of Monsters. Until next time, this has been Monster Master Arthur.
Ah, now that is the Manticore.
A Manticore.
Nasty looking beast, isn't it?
You have done well. The position is vital to our plan.